Hey everybody, stay tuned for the Chazman Show. We're going to be talking about Captain Marvel and her second week, breaking the box office continually. And we're also going to be talking about James Gunn and his welcome back to the fold, the Disney family. And we're also going to maybe talk about the Avengers Endgame trailer that came out. And we might even touch upon the new Aladdin trailer that came out. So, stay tuned. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Chazman Show. First thing first, okay, Captain Marvel continues to kick butt at the movie theater with the second week in a row, #1 position, and estimates are showing right around $70 million for the weekend, the second week. The first week, of course, was $153 million. And of course, now last week it had not a whole lot of competition. Their biggest opponent last week was Alita Battle Angel, and its third week made $14 million. And then you had Medea's Funeral, which was, there's an audience for that kind of material, I guess. The competition that Captain Marvel had this weekend was Wonder Park, which is an animated movie. 5 feet apart. I don't know. The kids, they're sick. They got to stay 5 feet apart. How to Train Your Dragon. Of course, that's not new, but it was the competition out there. Captive State was really the biggest competition this week for Captain Marvel, but really doesn't stand a chance. And I've got some theories on this whole Captain Marvel MCU thing. My first theory is Captain Marvel had a certain demographic that it appealed to, and the great thing about it is that it really brought in people to the movie theater that really only go once or twice a year, but this time they made an exception, and then they went back for a second viewing. This movie, on a scale of 1 to 10, is about a 7. Avengers Endgame comes out, it's a 10. Captain Marvel is a good movie. Avengers Endgame is going to be a great movie. So now what it does is Marvel entices you with that good movie, and then they show you a great movie. It's almost like that 1-2 punch type thing, the first punch to draw them in and the second punch to kill them. Have you ever experienced as much anticipation for a movie as Avengers Endgame? I know I haven't. Ever since that day that Captain America, by Vision's lifeless body, looks up and Captain America says, "Oh God." Ever since that day, and then the fade to black, well, the anticipation is over. Captain Marvel is here, but now the big anticipation is for Avengers Endgame. In fact, we got another trailer the other day, which I thought was pretty awesome. There's some theories I have for that, okay? First off, so last year, when we got the Avengers trailer, Hulk was running through Wakanda, all green and big and bad, behind Captain America and the Black Panther. Well, it turns out he wasn't really in the movie. Bruce and he had a little spat, and the Hulk doesn't want to show up anymore. Didn't help, the Hulk got his ass kicked by Thanos in the first few minutes of that movie. That was kind of a misdirection by the Russo brothers. So here's my theory. We saw the Avengers Endgame trailer, the most recent one, where Captain America is walking along in his white suit, his kind of a space suit or quantum realm suit. Behind him are Nebula and Tony Stark, Iron Man. I think that Nebula and Tony Stark aren't really walking that walk in those white suits. I think that was all just a misdirect by the Russo brothers. I think that really doesn't happen in the movie. I could be wrong, but it wouldn't be the first time. Captain Marvel kicked butt again this weekend with $70 million, $153 million last week. And Avengers Endgame is coming up on April 26th. We got a trailer. We got some misdirection there. Now the next big story is James Gunn is now back. He has been rehired. Consensus is that James Gunn was never really fired by Disney. It was all a PR program because Disney was trying to acquire Fox, which owns all the mutants and so forth, all those characters. Now that deal is being finished up on the 20th, at least that's what the press has given us, saying the 20th will be the final day. We'll sign the paperwork and blah, blah, blah. It's all done. Well, I think that might have been a ruse. But anyhow, the fact is, it doesn't really matter how it goes. James Gunn is back to direct Guardians of the Galaxy Part 3. Now here's a guy who got slung through the mud and came up with, came up roses. Think about this. He was fired from Disney, or so they say. He was hired by Warner Brothers to do Suicide Squad. Okay, not a bad deal. They paid him. They're going to pay him millions of dollars. Now, Disney hires James Gunn back. So here was James Gunn at one point. Oh my God, I have no job. Now he has 2 great big jobs. And coincidentally, Idris Elba got killed, Heimdall, in the first few minutes of the Avengers Infinity War. He gets stabbed by Thanos, so he's dead. His character's gone. Though characters never really die in comic books, except for Uncle Ben, of course, and Spider-Man. But now, Idris Elba is replacing Will Smith in Suicide Squad. So Marvel loses 2 big assets. Warner Brothers gains 2 big assets. And then Disney rehires James Gunn. Well, not a bad way to go about it. Okay. So anyhow, there you go. James Gunn loses. Idris Elba gets killed. James Gunn wins Suicide Squad. Will Smith says, I don't want to be Deadshot. Idris Elba says, I'll take the part. And Disney rehires James Gunn. Not a bad turn of events for James Gunn. And I know all the people out there. I know that Dave Bautista is very happy about this whole situation. Okay, so now that we've discussed the Avengers Endgame trailer, the newest one, we're probably going to get one more. Tickets go on sale April the 2nd for the April 26th showing, so make sure you mark your calendars for that. Okay, and the last thing I wanted to touch base on was the Aladdin trailer. Disney dropped a new Aladdin trailer, and lo and behold, my prediction was right. Will Smith is not going to be blue the entire time. He's going to be a man. He's going to be Will Smith in a genie costume, or the genie clothing of the day, just as I predicted. Do you really want to CGI Will Smith for 2.5 hours? I know that I don't. And I don't think a lot of... And we saw all the pictures from Entertainment Weekly and all that. We kind of knew, and I made the prediction anyhow, but it came true. My prediction about what Captain Marvel was going to make in his first week was, well, forget about that. But anyhow, guys, this is the end of this video. I'm sorry I haven't done more, but I've been working a lot. 3 days on a TV set last week, 2 more days coming up this week. I'll get around to doing another video, hopefully tomorrow evening, if I can get to it in time. We want to do the the box office recap. But until that time, guys, please help me. Share this video if you like it. Subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe. And let's see where we are a year from now. So right now I'm about 23, 24. I don't know. I've lost track of how many videos I've done at this point, but we're getting there. There's going to be a certain time when we turn that corner, when we start seeing a lot more subscribers. But you got to help me until that. So click. Thank you, and I will see you again next time, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.